Today I have a topic that I want to talk to you guys about that I'm very passionate about. Thank you once again for joining me right here on YouTube. I'm going to continue to put these videos out to you guys to share information and share perspective in the things that I come across in the work that I do as a medium, as a spiritual coach. I want to share this information with you guys and share the perspectives that I gain from channeling spirit. So today I am very passionate and even on fire about talking to you guys about what it actually means to ground yourself and to be grounded. This day and age, it seems like spirituality is on the rise, and the interest of the spiritual realm and even living a spiritual lifestyle seems to be rising every day. I see it through social media. I hear it in conversations. And in those conversations, I hear this jargon being tossed around. And one of the most common things I hear and see people post about and talk about is grounding, how to ground yourself. And I need to ground myself. So I want to talk to you guys about what I think that actually is. As you guys know, most of you might know, if you don't know, sometimes you might hear people suggest, oh, maybe you should just ground yourself and you'll feel better. Most of the time, this is a meditative ritual, but I want to take a deeper look into that and what it means for you guys. Sometimes you'll hear people recommend your favorite hobby to ground yourself, which is great. It's a great way to ground your energy and center yourself and realign your focus. Whether it's take a walk outside and ground yourself, or get your paints out and a blank canvas and paint and you'll ground yourself. Maybe it is just sitting and meditating. But I challenge you guys to look a little bit deeper and look at what's actually happening when you're doing these activities. First of all, we've become beings that we're so conditioned to believe that we have to do something to achieve something rather than just be. So I want to challenge you guys to just be first. Now, let's back up a minute and look at what it means when you're grounding yourself. Probably one of the most common ways, or one of the most popular ways you hear about doing this, is taking a walk in nature. People say, well, go outside and go for a walk. You'll ground yourself and you'll feel better. Well, indeed, this is true most of the time. But what are you actually doing? What's actually happening when you're going for a walk? Your actions are aligning with your intentions. And in that alignment, you are becoming present. When your actions and your intentions align, you're becoming more present. In that presence, you're grounded. With the mindfulness it takes to do these things, to achieve congruency between thought and action, with the mindfulness that it takes, mindfulness is what basically is the key that unlocks the door to consciousness, right? So mindfulness is presence. Presence is being grounded. So look at the things that we're doing, whether it's going for a swim, going to get a massage, going for a jog. All of these things are very grounding because we are taking to physicality, physical action, to sort of like reset our awareness into the present moment with that action. And that's when I say, that's what I mean when I tell you guys to look at how we have become so conditioned to believing that we have to do in order to be. We believe we have to do something to be grounded, which really isn't true at all. Sometimes it helps. Yes, maybe playing a singing bowl, burning your incense, all of those things can be grounding, but you don't have to do anything at all to be grounded. It's merely presence, mindfulness that grounds your energy. Being present is being grounded. Being mindful of your actions and in the present moment with your actions and your thoughts, and having all of those things work together in congruency with each other synergistically creates presence. Presence is grounding. And the more we chase our thoughts and chase our thoughts in accordance with time, the more lofty we become and ungrounded we become. So I want to challenge you guys to do a couple of things. First of all, look at the different things you do in your life to ground yourself. You don't have to go for a walk. Sure, it helps. And if you're one of those people that, well, it's really hard to get out of your head and it's really hard to quiet your mind or quiet your thoughts, then by all means, go do something. Go for a walk, go for a swim, whatever it might be, because sometimes we do need that level of physicality to connect our intentions with our thoughts and our actions and be present with it. But that presence is the key factor. That's what we're actually doing. So let's make sure we're not missing it altogether and thinking, well, I have to go for a walk to ground myself. It's not the walk that's grounding you. It's the presence that you are allowing in that walk. You're being present with that walk. You're being intentional. You're using your intentions to go for that walk. And your intentions align with your actions. And in doing so, you ground yourself. So first I want to encourage you guys to look at what you're doing or what you're calling something being of an action to ground yourself, because I don't want you guys to develop these attachments thinking you have to do in order to be grounded. You merely just have to be present. It is presence that grounds your energy. And another thing, another myth I want to bust, I guess, with grounding is a lot of people think that if you're grounded, you are disconnected from your intuitive self, or they think that being grounded is a lower vibration. I've heard people say many times that they believe grounding yourself is a lower vibration, or sort of like turning off your connection to the other side, your intuition. But it's not true. When you're grounded, you're actually completing the circuit. You're completing the flow of energy. So it's huge to be grounded. It's so important. And I want you guys to practice presence. No matter what you're doing, practice being present with it, being mindful, because then you'll be more grounded. And of course, when you're present and you're grounded, you're conscious. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother time and place. But when you become conscious and in your presence, that's when you basically become aware of everything physical and non-physical, both realms, both worlds, and all of the above. But for now, I want you guys to focus on what grounding means to you and what you're actually doing to stay grounded. I know sometimes for me, I do take to those physical elements, going for a run, doing exercise. Sometimes for me, it's eating. But it's not the eating that's grounding you. It's not the walk that's grounding you. It's the presence, it's the intentions, and your actions aligning with your intentions equals presence. Write that down. Actions plus intentions equals presence. And in doing that, you're grounding your energy, you're grounding yourself. So this is one of many things I want to tackle or address maybe, and all of these things I'm seeing be discussed in these spiritual conversations that people are having. The growth and the popularity of this category, or this industry rather, is really rising. You guys will be able to research that and see that for yourselves. But I think it's so important for us to really know what we're talking about and understand not only what we're talking about, but why we're doing what we're doing. So if it's a bike ride that you feel like always recenters you, always grounds your energy, look a little bit beyond the bike ride. Push it a little bit further and think a little bit deeper on what's actually taking place, what's actually occurring in that bike ride. Presence. When you're present, when you're mindful, you're grounded. And that is the key to staying centered, aligned, happy, and healthy. So just a quick little video to help you guys understand what it really means. We talk about it all the time. People share their tips all the time on how to ground yourself. But just in my perspective, I want to share with you guys what I think it actually means. So I hope this video helps. If you find that it does, please like and subscribe, and I will continue to answer your questions and address topics like these to help you guys develop yourselves intellectually and spiritually. So I thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep sending in your questions on my website at kimbabcock.net. Bye guys.